What is up, everybody? This is Clayton Gits. I am here live with my main man, Mr. Ken Gafka. Ken, how are you, brother?
Clayton, I'm doing well. Glad to be here with you.
Awesome, man. Yeah, glad to be here with you. So, crazy stuff going on today. And so it's, before the call, I was just saying it's a good day to talk about, real estate. And, you made a move about 9 months ago.
Yes.
Uh, didn't have to, and I'd love to find out, first and foremost, why you decided to make a transition from, I'm assuming what was a comfortable position with your
Yeah.
previous real estate company, and why you decided to make that move. And then if you could just kind of talk about what the first 9 months with this new real estate company has looked like for you.
Yeah. Well, cool. No, you're right. I've been in real estate. This is my 8th year now, and started with a Coldwell Banker office here in Denver. And that's who I made the transition from. And I'll tell you, it certainly wasn't a matter of me running away from something. I mean, I had a great office, great mentors, um, and just loved it there. I wouldn't change a thing right now because it was the right thing at the right time for me. But um, it got to a point where I just felt like, the way I run my business, the confidence I have in this industry right now, that it was time to see what else was out there. I think, this industry is certainly always ripe for some disruption, and I hadn't really looked at anything for 6 or 7 years. I was very content, and it was time to just kind of kick myself in the ass and say, okay, what else is out there, based on how I run my business, what I'm comfortable doing, and at the end of the day, I want to keep more of what I make. I mean, that was part of that as well. And then I had an overarching um, kind of feeling like, okay, what is my exit strategy in this career? Um, like to do well, to make the kind of money I want to make, it's a hustle, it's a grind. And I did not, it's like, okay, am I just going to do this until I keel over? It may force me to keel over. So, and as I was with Coldwell Banker, I was like, okay, what is my exit strategy? I'm not one. I don't feel like buying rental properties and being a landlord at this point in my life. I don't want to deal with that. And I really wasn't interested in doing fixer flips. And there's a lot of ways to make money in real estate, but it's like, nothing was clicking with me at Coldwell. It's like, okay, where am I heading with this? And so always in the back of my mind, as I started to investigate other models, and learn more about EXP, it was like, bam, that's it. Right. My previous career, I was a senior executive, with AT&T in the wireless business. I was a senior exec with a company in the cable and broadband businesses. And I've built teams all my life. And I love building teams. I love developing people, and I love sharing my knowledge and experience. And once I saw the EXP model of building an organization, without having to get into the traditional, bring on buyer agents, bring on listing agents. I didn't want to manage people directly anymore, but I did want to participate in growth and development. And this EXP model just totally answered that. It was like it was developed for me. And once I saw all that, I jumped in 2 feet, didn't look back.
And so just quick question on that transition. Was that ever a question in your mind about whether or not that Coldwell Banker brand, not having that to support you, would be an issue for you?
No, because I kind of did a little, my own little study on that. And I called a fair number of my clients before I made the move, when I was thinking about it, and asked them, what real estate brokerage do I work for? He didn't know. They had no clue. They would throw out some guesses, right? Some of them guessed right, but they had no idea. And so, like, they work with me, right? They refer me. It didn't matter what brokerage I worked for. And not to say that brand doesn't matter, because It can, but first and foremost, it's the relationship you have with clients. And so, any hesitation or thought I had about that was like, okay, that's a non-factor, forget it. I'm not going to worry about it.
And has it been a factor for you thus far?
No, I mean, certainly people ask, never heard of EXP, but it's not a detriment, when I can talk about, a cloud-based brokerage, a virtual model, technology-driven, agent-centric. I mean, it's like, okay, yeah, it sounds pretty good. I'm glad you like it. It's like,
Yeah.
as long as it doesn't impact my clients and their ability to buy or sell, then yeah, it's not a problem.
Yeah, I agree, and you said it much better than I would have or could have. So that's cool. Thank you for sharing that. I love what you said also about not wanting to manage people, but you wanted to participate in the process of helping them
Yeah.
grow. Because that, man, that is so much fun. It's like the managing part, and some people, love to do that, and that's great. We need that. I'm kind of with you. Like I don't want to manage people either, but I want to participate in the process of helping them grow.
Right. I love giving back, and I think, listen, during my career, and I had a very, very successful career, and I had mentors during that process who took me under their wing and gave me their time, shared their experience, and ensured that I didn't make the same mistakes they did. And it was so instrumental in the growth in my career, that I'm such a big believer in paying that forward and paying it back.
Yeah.
So, this model allows me to do that.
Why, Ken?
I'm pretty engaged, or was. I'm not so engaged anymore, but for quite a while, I was engaged in the startup community here in Denver, through an organization that was just all about that. It was, a lot of senior executives in business, a lot of successful entrepreneurs who created an organization that was basically a mentorship organization for new entrepreneurs, just to ensure that they were set up for success.
Yeah.
And I got a lot out of that. It's so satisfying to see people succeed, when you have some role in that. And that's exactly what I'm looking to do here at EXP, and the model supports that 100%.
So why do you think the model, in your opinion, supports that type of mentorship and collaboration?
I think first and foremost, we're all owners of the company, right? We are aligned in our desire to see the company succeed, right? I think, when I think back to my previous experience, I mean, the alignment wasn't there to see Coldwell Banker succeed, right? It was, you want to see yourself succeed, and then other agents who you're close with or help you, you want to share in their success. But I think, when you think about EXP, is because we're all ownership, we're a national brokerage. We're not broken up in offices and franchises and all that kind of stuff. It's that segmentation and that fragmentation that creates some artificial walls, right? That are there. But I mean, I was told that the collaboration here was off the charts, but now that I've been here and I navigate through, I know I can tap into you, right? I can tap into Kyle Whistle, Dan Beer, or whoever, right? And AJ Lamacchia, I don't know, whatever you want to talk about. It's like there's so much information, and just open arms, to say, let us help you be the best agent you can be, because the success of the company drives the revenue share, and it drives the stock price, which we benefit in. So the alignment is there that doesn't exist anywhere else.
Yeah, and it's, again, man, I hadn't really thought about the one international brokerage,
Yeah.
Versus having all these kind of like silos, and there's some artificial walls. I mean, you said that really well.
Yeah.
So let's just I'd love to touch on, you and I talked about, prior to hopping on here, technology, and well, you know what, first so last year, you said you did 8 million in sales volume, which is awesome. I know Denver is kind of crazy right now, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Very
low inventory like everywhere else.
Yeah.
and you've got a big goal for 2021 to serve more families. And you're utilizing one of the tools that EXP offers its agents called KV Core. Can you touch on that briefly?
Yeah. So KV Core is basically our website front end, and also CRM and lead gen. All three of those bundled into one, which that integration is just so cool that, not only is it somewhere where I can drive my clients, but I can, keep them there, within my sphere, my database. And then also, as people discover me on my Google business page, or, any kind of online search, they're driven to my website, they can register on the website. And then on top of that, other lead gen opportunities like Facebook ads or any kind of social media ads, I can drive them to my website and capture the information for leads and potential clients. So it's just so simple in its design, but kind of out of this world with what it can do. I feel like, before I kind of had a system to do this and a system to do that, and, double data entry, if not triple data entry a lot of times. But, I can keep tabs on my sphere. I can keep tabs on my new leads, all in one place. And I've got, campaigns that are built in. I mean, it is so seamless and takes a lot off my plate in terms of just kind of, working in my business that can take up a lot of time. It frees up time for me to work on my business.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really automated. And, again, I'm so impressed with everything that this system does. And you got this, you pay thousands of dollars a month for this, Ken? Is that right?
Oh yeah. No, this is something that's provided to every EXP agent free of charge. It's part of being an EXP agent.
Yeah, super cool. And this is actually Ken's website. I was pulling up here just a minute ago. This is a beautiful house, by the way. I guess this is what you can get for 2.15 million.
A measly 2.5 million. Yeah.
So cool. Well, Ken, is there anything else that you'd like to share before we wrap it up here?
Well, the only other thing, Clayton, is something that you say a lot, that finally sunk in to me, and that is think big. It's one of your favorite sayings. I think we put limits on ourselves, maybe because we're afraid to fail, whatever it might be. But you are constantly preaching think big, think big, and I will tell you, just that mentality has opened my mind in this organization to do things that, even when I came over, I didn't even think about. And I'm going to give you one example is, I don't know, about 2 months ago, I got contacted by somebody via Instagram. Somebody's following me on Instagram. And he said, "Hey, Ken, I live in your neighborhood. I'm studying for my license. I'm kind of curious about EXP. Can we chat?" I'm like, "Oh, that's kind of cool, So met him for coffee. Great guy, and I find out he just moved here from Mexico City, studying for his license. He should be licensed here in the next couple of weeks, probably. His family in Mexico City is all in real estate. And he had done a little research, and he said, it seems like something maybe I should know more about. And so I was like, "Oh my gosh, dude, you don't understand what's in front of you." Right. And I mean, that was just so cool to just be contacted out of the blue by somebody. And I was able to set up a call with, this potential agent and the managing broker from Mexico, Ismael Gonzalez. And we had 2 Zoom calls where he shared kind of what's going on in Mexico, and they're talking in Spanish and just having a good old time. It's like, what other company does this happen, right? It doesn't. You don't have access to leaders of other countries in your brokerage, And I mean,
why would you even connect? Why would you even connect those dots?
You wouldn't think so. It's like, it was that thing of
Yeah.
think big. Like, okay, I'm going to reach out to this and see what he says. Right? Boom. He responded like that on Workplace. We had a Zoom call set up, and then we had a follow up one. And um, now I got an agent who's just so stoked to create an organization in Mexico. You know, and so it's like I didn't. That never crossed my mind
Yeah.
when I was considering the move. So
Thank you so much for sharing that,
yeah,
Ken. And you know what? The only reason I say that is because my mentors are constantly saying that to me.
yeah,
And the more that we spend time, like you're either going to become so annoyed with me that seriously, like that you're going to separate naturally, you're going to separate yourself from me, or you're going to say, you know what? Okay, like let's go, and
yeah,
we're going to go together. And that's one of the benefits of spending time with people that are just like committed to the process and the journey of always growing and growing and growing and growing and not
yeah.
standing still. And I think that's what we have kind of going on in our organization. And it's super exciting to be in business with you and Dustin and everybody else. And can't wait to see what happens in Mexico, man.
I
So,
know, right? Yeah, it's like it can't come soon enough. And I look at my email every morning. Did you get did you pass your test or whatever? But
right,
it's
right.
it's the organization is just so energizing. It's great to be part of it.
Awesome, man. Well, bless you, brother. Appreciate your time and have an amazing day. I'm sure we'll be talking real soon.
All right, thanks, Clayton. We'll see you.
Okay, okay.